Manchester City wheel out the B team and lose to Brentford 1-0. Jules, nobody cares, but how about Brentford doing the double over the potential treble winners? Does that excite you?
Yeah, very impressive. Even if it's a B team, the team that they beat at the Etihad, by the way, was not a B team, and they played really well in there. Great goal.
But this one with Calvin Phillips and Cole Palmer,
of course. No, of course. They still have good players. City. It's not, it's still not you and me playing for them. It's still Pep Guardiola, the manager. But impressive. The best season ever for Brentford. Even if they just missed out on Europe. It's an incredible season. Thomas Frank again. We've said it many times, but Thomas Frank, what an incredible manager, and the season he's been. So,
but head to head, really important, because if Brentford and City, if they'd played in the in La Liga rather, and they'd finished level on points, they'd be champions. Yeah,
you would love to see it. And from one Champions League finalist to another, as Inter beat Atalanta 3-2. Gab, Lukaku looking sharp.
Razor sharp.
This wasn't 30 seconds in, man. That goal.
30 seconds in, and then later on the assist.
Yeah,
vintage.
Lovely,
or it wasn't an assist because it was another pass from Brozovic before that. By the way, controls the ball, threads it through, goes vertical for Lautaro. This was a big win for them too, because Atalanta, these were their last chance to really challenge for the top four. Atalanta had a lot of players out. Inter played well. I think he's got.
Could that change Lukaku and Dzeko's kind of dynamic before the final?
I think that's going to be fascinating to see how he plays this in the final, Simone Inzaghi. Because if you get this Lukaku with Lautaro, to me, that's a better solution than Dzeko. If you feel confident. If it's a bad game, I would rather have Dzeko and then bring Lukaku on later.
Yeah.
Rodrigo bags 2 goals as Real Madrid beat Sevilla 2-1. Jules, 19 games for him in all competitions this season. Not too shabby when you're the third option up front. You don't start every game.
And when you look at talking about dynamics of those players from one season to another, he's the one really with the biggest progression, which is incredible. And maybe you expected that. You know that the limelight is going to be on Karim and on Vinicius, of course. But he's done extremely well. And I think there is an argument there to make him the player of the season from Real Madrid point of view. Better than Benzema, better than Vinicius maybe, better than Valverde or Camavinga or whoever you want. Or Courtois, maybe still outstanding.
Courtois,
but still, do you see what I mean?
No question.
It's incredible.
No
well
question.
done to him.
He's special.
Yeah. Manchester United beat Fulham 2-1 to lock up third place ahead of Newcastle. Gab, not too bad for Erik ten Hag if you add the FA Cup final to come and obviously the Carabao Cup that they already won. But what do you make of him challenging Marcus Rashford to get to 40 goals this season?
Well, first off, I know you enjoyed watching Harry Maguire out there again.
Yes.
I thought he didn't quite challenge him. He said, I think he can score 40 goals in a season because he scored 30 this year for the first time in his career. I think Rashford probably could, but if Rashford scores 40 goals in a season, that most likely means there is no outstanding dominant center forward playing for Manchester United, which means Manchester United are worse off. I don't think we should measure Rashford by the number of goals he scores.
That's a very good point.
I mean, he played up front in this game.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Unless you see this as his future, and I don't think you do, I think you want Rashford cutting in from the wing, and you want a top center forward at Manchester United. Arsenal romped to a 5-0 win over Wolves as Granit Xhaka bags 2 goals in what is possibly his final appearance.
Yeah.
Jules, why wouldn't he want to stay?
It's a good question, Gab. I think he's happy. I think he would fancy a last kind of chapter in his career, adventure. Also, he has only 1 year left on his contract.
Right,
Arsenal,
just stay and then move on.
Bayer Leverkusen offering 4 years at his age. That's a big contract.
Well, you're gonna make him so much money it's gonna move the needle.
Not much the money. It's the 4 year. It's a 4 year deal. So it's the
so in a year from now they give you a 3-year deal or a 2-year deal. Who cares?
I know.
I never understand this.
But if he doesn't take it now, it's not there from Bayer Leverkusen next season. I don't know, because they would sign someone in his position.
Oh, it's his life's dream to live in Leverkusen, a wonderful city. When did Leverkusen become Paris or New York?
What would you advise him to do? Stay another year at Arsenal, live on a free, and go somewhere else?
This is what I think happened. I think what happened is he went to see the manager, and the manager said, Granit, you're super important, but we have to start thinking of the future because Jorginho's in his 30s, Partey's in his 30s, or approaching it. You're in your 30s. So we're going to bring in younger players. You can stay and fight for your spot and you can compete, but you're not going to be you might not be an automatic choice next season. And I think he weighed that up.
I don't think that. I think if he'd stayed, he would have been a starter next season. But what's for sure is that he's only 1 year left on his contract. And Bayer Leverkusen's offer is a huge offer. You could even say from a Bayer Leverkusen point of view, it's a crazy offer.
It's a pay cut compared to what he's getting at Arsenal.
Well, not over 4 years though. That's the thing.
Just quick one on Wolves. Lopetegui, I think he's done a very good thing.
Yeah.
He was, as you know, I've become a Lopetegui fan. It is kind of funny. Lopetegui unhappy with the club and like there's a financial situation at the club. By the way, who could have seen this coming?
Yeah,
right?
I know, Julien. We told you.
What's really funny is though the club is run by agents, as we know, by George
his agent
Mendes,
as well.
and it's his agent too. So I think this is a way of putting pressure.
I know, but it won't be that. Which is a shame for the Premier League to lose him, I think.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a shame for the Premier League to lose Wolves if they're going to be run in this way. And we told you this is not a healthy situation.
That's very true.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.